I.S.U.P.K.
Alright, Shalom. This is Officer Karaka from the UK for the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And today is the Monday history class. Every Monday, 7 to 9 is the UK history class, 7 to 9 every Monday. Every Wednesday is the law class, 7 to 9. Every Thursday in the UK, 7 to 9. Make sure you log in. It's the scripture breakdown class. So make sure you log into your classes. And the I.S.U.P.K. Make sure every Monday you log into Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA radio show, The Grill. So at 2 a.m. till 4 a.m. after midnight. Make sure you stay awake and watch that, man. If you can't stay awake for any reason, make sure you watch it again on blogtalk.radio. And in the search bar, type in Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA and you'll see his show, man. Every Monday, 2 a.m. after midnight till 4. Make sure you watch that. Also, every Tuesday, the Brotherhood class by Captain Mashak Young. That's every midnight till 2 o'clock. Every Wednesday, we have classes in the UK, 7 to 9, and also midnight till 2 in American time as well. If in the UK, it will be 12 to 2 when you watch the American class. And that'll be that's the law class. That's the law class. As blacks and Hispanics, we were slavery because we got the laws of the Most High. But this is the good news. At the I.S.U.P.K, we teach them same laws, man. The same laws that the Lord put you in slavery for. We teach them laws, man. You're not going to learn these laws in the fake Israelite groups, the Christian church, in the mosque, but you learn it at the I.S.U.P.K. The I.S.U.P.K, we teach it, man. We teach them laws. Every Thursday, scripture breakdown class by 12 Shield General Muhammad. Every midnight till 2. Any scripture you want to know of, any scripture you can be reading all week, virgin birth, what else other one? Virgin birth, John 3:16, how to keep the Sabbath. You make sure you bring it to that class every midnight till 2. In the UK, every midnight to 2, you make sure you watch that class, man. Every Thursday. Every Friday, Lashawan Pradash, which means holy tongue in the Hebrew. As blacks and Hispanics, your native tongue ain't English, it's not Portuguese, it's not Creole, it's a Lashawan Pradash. That's the language that you spoke before slavery, before the white man looked you back, before the white man gave you his tongue. And guess what? At the I.S.U.P.K, we teach that also, because the Lord's with us. You get me? So, this is the history class. Gonna get some history on Rastafarianism. You know, a lot of, mainly in the UK, in the Caribbean islands, even in America, a lot of people are Rastafarian. You might see them with usually have dreadlocks, red, yellow, and green, hat on their head, which is quite a tam. You know what I mean? Usually known for smoking weed. Not all smoke weed, but they're known for smoking weed. What else do they do? Reggae music.
The Maccabees Bible.
Yeah, you talk the Maccabees Bible. But let's see the history of this. Where did this come from? Where did it start? Where did it originate? As blacks and Hispanics, we were in all religions. We were in the church, the mosque. We were in the Hindu religion. You got Tina Turner and Heavy D that were Buddhists. We were in all religions, man. But the problem is that, man, you don't know where these religions started from, man. You don't know the origin. You just blindly follow these religions. So we're gonna go in the history of these religions. Give me Rastafarianism on
the Swedish baptism and stuff.
We done go down a bit. You can't do it now.
I don't know if it take this and then it goes on to.
Try if you can't. There's minor.
You know, I don't invest in that.
If you can't, then cool. No sweat. Give me some information about Rastafarianism. Have a phone second. Practical, then you're right. I have to do the long.
So what, you want Wikipedia Rastafarianism?
Yeah, Rastafarianism. Give me some of that.
front up.
Yeah, go on.
Rastafari, sometimes termed Rastafarianism, is an Abrahamic religion classified as both a new religious movement and a social movement.
So this religion is pretty new. It's probably the newest. In some cases, this religion ain't even considered a religion. When people talk about religions, what do they say is the newest religion? Other one.
Islam.
You say Jehovah's Witness. What does it say?
Jehovah's Witness, Seventh Adventists, Islam.
Well, this religion here was made in the 1930s, which is newer than Islam, but they don't even consider this a religion. It's not as big as the other religions out there, the other false religions out there. Like you know.
It developed in Jamaica during the 1930s.
And that's where it came from, the 1930s. That's new. The Bible says to seek the old path. That's new, man. 1930s, about 8 years ago. Now a bit more. Not that long ago. In the 1930s, man. That's the time of like Marcus Garvey. That's not even that old. And that's where this religion started, bro. You know?
It lacks any centralized authority, and there is much heterogeneity among practitioners who are known as Rastafarians or Rastas.
So the people of the religion, the members of the religion are called Rastafarians or Rastafarians, depending on your pronunciation. Just like the people of Islam are called Muslims, the people of Christianity are called Christians. That's the other one.
That's heavy when it says there's no heterogeneity, meaning there's no one that owns it, there's no one that only says this is how you practice it. So they're not even together. That's what
God is true. There's no, like, in Islam, at least there's rules to what to do. Rastafarian, there's no rules. There's no way how to be life. There's no rules in it. We're going to get there as well. Skip it down. So give me the definition. No, give me that's just fine.
What?
Definition, code definition.
What, I mean, is it in this or somewhere?
Is that anything? No, go down a bit.
But Rastafari,
A bit more. Keep going. The caption, code definition, press definition. Okay, go a bit more. You get the numbers and how many people. A bit more. About here.
What the paragraph?
Yeah.
Right. The Rasta movement is organized on a largely cellular basis. There are several denominations.
So just like Christianity, many denominations, there's the Roman Catholic Church, there's Pentecostal, there's Methodist, there's Jehovah's Witness. Same thing with Rasta also. It's not that simple. There's many denominations in Rastafarianism. So list them as well. There's 12 tribes, there's Nyabingi, there's Bobo Shanti, and so forth. You know?
All mansions of Rastafari.
So there's many different sects of Rastafarianism. It's not just one religion. Same with Islam. You got the Sunni, the Shiites, there's many different sects, just like any religion, you know?
The most prominent of which are the Nyabingi, Bobo Ashanti, Ethiopian,
And these are the main ones, the Bobo Shanti, the Nyabingi, you know?
Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, and the 12 tribes of Israel.
And those are the main ones, the main sects of Rastafarianism, you know?
Each of which offers different interpretations of Rasta belief.
And all of them have different interpretations. Like Christianity, some Christians say we should keep the Sabbath. Some Christians say we can't eat meat. Same with Rastafarianism. Some Rastas like their locks tied up. Some don't have locks. Some don't smoke weed. Some do eat chicken. Some are strictly vegans. The same thing. Scroll down from. Keep going. Start that one.
Tribe of Israel. Each of which different interpretation of Rasta belief. There were estimated 700,000 to 1 million Rastas across the world.
So that's how it's estimated, about 70 million Rastas. Not much on the grand scale of stuff. But this religion is taking over, man. It's not taking over, but it's big enough, man. You see them in America, in Jamaica, in England, even in parts of Europe, man. Well, even white men are becoming Rastas nowadays, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna find out where it started, where it began. Read another one.
Across the world, the largest population is in Jamaica, although communities can be found in most of the world's major population centers.
Okay, a bit more. You know, the definition.
All right, definition. Scholars of religion have categorized Rastafari as a new religious movement, a new social movement.
So they don't even consider it a religion, they consider it a social movement. You know?
Or as a social movement. There are scholars of religion, N.R.E. Barrett, referred to it as a sect, as a sociologist, Ernest Cashmore, as a cult, while scholars of religion, N.B. Edmonds, argues that it could best be understood as a revitalization movement.
Give me the term Rastafari.
The term Rastafari derived from the pre-regional title of Haile Selassie.
So Haile Selassie, his name before he was emperor, there's a man who was the emperor of Ethiopia at the time in the 1930s. His name was Haile Selassie. Before that, his name was Tafari Makanen. That was his name. Hence why they call the religion Rastafari. That's the name before he changed his name when he became emperor. Slap that on.
Look at that. That's funny because many Rastas say Selassie. Selassie.
Oh,
That's Selassie.
Selassie the first. You know what I mean? They put Selassie I. And some people believe in King James as well. King James what? The first and fifth.
Yeah.
They call him the Iron 5. Or no, IMB. IMB. Yeah. Slap that on. We don't.
No, sir. The term Ras means duke or prince.
And that's the term Ras means a prince or a duke. In England, you have the Dukes of Edinburgh, Dukes of Cornwall, the princes. This man was a prince. And in his language, which is Amharic, Portuguese, he was called the Duke. He was a Ras, you know?
While Tafari Makanen was his name.
And his name was Tafari. And this is a man, we're going to read about a man called Leonard Howell. And he believed that this man was God. He believed that this man, Selassie, or Rastafari Makanen, was the second coming of Christ. You know what I mean? That's why he named the religion after this man, after this emperor. We done?
Was his name. It is unknown why the early Rastas adopted this form of Haile Selassie's name. The Haile Selassie's name as the basis of their religion's name.
So yeah, so they took this man's name and put it on the religion. That's where it comes from. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even know where the name derives from. The name Rastafari was the man who they worship, who ain't Christ, who ain't the second coming of Christ. That's his name before it was changed to Haile Selassie. So I don't really.
Many commentators, including such academic sources, refer to the movement as Rastafarianism. The term has also been used by some practitioners. However, Rastafarianism is considered offensive by most Rastafari.
So nowadays you probably see that no more. Skip it down to Haile Selassie. We read about him, his lifestyle. So that's where the name comes from. We're going to get some more history of who brought it forward. Because Haile Selassie himself didn't make these claims. Haile Selassie himself didn't say that he was Christ in the reincarnation. Somebody else did. And we're going to read about that, man. We're going to find out about the dreadlocks and the weed and the whole religion. You know what I mean? This is the history class. We're going to get into that history. What's the caption saying? Well, give me beliefs. We'll go through it more. Alright, move down a bit. Keep going. I mean, we can get that chapter. Right, read Rastafari, Jesus Nazareth.
Alright, Rastafari are monotheists.
So Rastafari is about monotheism. So be a monotheism means you believe in one God. Mono means one, and theo means God. So they believe in one God, just like the Christians are supposed to believe in one God, and the Muslims and so forth. You know?
Monotheists worshiping a singular God, whom they call Jah.
You know?
Rastas view Jah in the form of the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. The term Jah is a shortened version of Jehovah.
And that's what they call their God Jah, the shortened term of Jehovah, which ain't the Most High's name. Jehovah is English translation of what man calls the Tetragrammaton. Read about here, Jesus of Nazareth. Actually, you know what? Yeah, but read that.
Right, Jesus of Nazareth is an important figure in Rastafari. However, practitioners reject the traditional depiction of Jesus presented in Christianity. So
the Rastas believe in Christ, but they don't agree with what you see on the church wall. They don't believe in Caesar Borgia. You know?
Particularly the depiction of him as a white European.
So they reject that symbol of Christ being a white European. They reject what you see in the church wall, what you see in grandma's house. You know?
Believing that this is a perversion of the truth.
So they believe in Christ, but they believe that the white image is a perversion of the truth, meaning the truth was perverted, and they believe in Christ, but not this image on the wall, you know?
Truth. They believe that Jesus was a black African and that he was a Rasta.
And they believe Christ was a Rastafarian, man, which couldn't be further from the truth. When they find out why they believe that as well, scroll down some stuff here.
Right, Haile Selassie from Rastafari's origins, the religion was intrinsically linked to Haile Selassie the First.
This religion is linked to Haile Selassie, just like how Christianity is linked to Caesar Borgia, just like how Islam is linked to Muhammad and the Kaaba stone. This religion is linked to this man who was the emperor in the 1930s, you know?
Of Ethiopia, who ruled as the Emperor of Ethiopia from 1930 to 1974.
So this man was the Emperor of Ethiopia, and they revealed this man because of the Emperor as Christ. They believe that this was Christ in reincarnation, you know?
Although he is a figure held in esteem by all Rastas, precise interpretations of his identity for Rastas, Haile Selassie is believed to be the Messiah.
So for Rastas, they believe that Haile Selassie is Christ. They believe that this man, who was the emperor at the time in the 1930s when this religion was created, they believe that's Christ. They believe that's Christ in the reincarnation. That's what they believe, you know?
Predicted in the Bible's Old Testament.
So Christ is prophesied in the Old Testament to come back. You know the prophecies, Christ will come back with to make war, and he come back to subdue the Edomites, come back to put all the nations in subject, so they shall come back and all eyes shall see him. They believe this is the guy here. They believe that this man fulfilled them prophecies. This heathen Ethiopian man fulfilled them prophecies. That's what they believe, man. Couldn't be more further from the truth, you know?
And the second coming of Jesus of Nazareth, some Rastas regard Haile Selassie as the embodiment of Jah Rastafari himself.
So that the different Rastas, their point of view on Haile Selassie differs. Some see him as Christ, some see him as God himself in an Ethiopian heathen body. You know?
God himself manifested in human form. For them, Haile Selassie was the living God.
And for some Rastas, they believe he's God. They believe he's God in the flesh, you know?
For other Rastas, Haile Selassie is seen as a messenger of God rather than the manifestation of God.
And some Rastas just believe he's a prophet, that's all. That's what my uncle told me growing up. My uncle said, listen, you know, I'm down with Christ, but you know, what's so special about this man? He's definitely a prophet or something, man. So it's different. Some people believe he's the Messiah, some Rastas think he's God, and some people think he's a prophet. And guess what, black man? He's neither of them. He could never be any of them. You know why? Because you're the prophets of God, man. The Messiah is a black man. All the prophets are black men, and this man ain't one of us. This man got dark skin, but he one of us. He didn't come and slave with us. He's not from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's not neither of them black man, you know?
Living God, messenger of God, the manifestation of God himself. As evidence for this, Rastas point to the belief that both Jesus and Haile Selassie were descendants from the royal line of David.
And that's a lie, man. Christ himself was a royal descendant from David, but this man was a heathen, man. Ain't nothing good come out of Ethiopia, man. Ain't no kings, ain't no prophets, ain't nothing come out of Ethiopia. So how could this man be a prophet, man? How did he be a relative of Christ? How did he come from David or Solomon? We don't know the one.
The Maccanan dynasty claimed descent from the biblical figures Solomon and the Queen of Sheba.
So Solomon met the Queen of Sheba in the Bible in Kings, 1 Kings 10. That's in the Bible. But they're saying that when he met the Queen of Sheba, she was an Ethiopian, that Solomon had sex with her and brought forth a child, man. That's nowhere in the Bible, nowhere in the scriptures. We done?
Rastas also cite the interpretation of chapter 19 of the book of Revelations. On being crowned, Haile Selassie was given the title King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Rastas used the title the Haile Selassie alongside others such as Almighty God, Judge and Avenger, King Alpha and Queen Omega.
And this man was none of them. He wanted King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Christ is that man. A black man from the tribe of Judah. A black man that was just like you. A black man that suffered just like you, black man. He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. And what does it mean to be King of Kings, man? You know what it means to be King of Kings?
Oh, it means we're kings and Christ is the King of us.
Exactly. That's what it means. Every black and Hispanic has a king, and Christ is your king, man. He's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, not no Ethiopian, man. This Ethiopian man couldn't even stop Mussolini and the Italians from invading his country, man. How is he the King of Kings and Lord of Lords? Skip down some. Alright, cool. Give me no, start there. Wait. Yeah, during his life.
Alright. During his life, Selassie described himself as a devout Christian.
So Selassie himself said that he wasn't Christ, he wasn't no Messiah. So I can't even blame him. Nowhere in history did he say, yeah, worship me. Imagine you're in Ethiopia living your life, and across the ocean, black people are worshiping you, man, saying that you're God, and you even got a clue. That's what happened to him, man. This man was a devout Christian. He didn't say he was God. He didn't say that he was a manifestation of Christ. He didn't say he was Christ in the reincarnation. Our people said that. It was black people that believed that, man. The Bible said that we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Right.
And can you believe that man in Ethiopia is living his life? Living his life? He doesn't even care about Jamaicans. Who knows about Jamaica back then? This is before Bob Marley and before reggae music. Anything that makes Jamaica popular, this is before that. So Jamaica wasn't known to the known world, man. Nothing special about it. And on this little city island, people are worshipping this man, and this man ain't got a clue, man. The Bible says we are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We don't know, man. Oh, go in.
Nah.
You know?
Not your papa. No, I'm good. You can now. But you got it. But in
No, sir, are we done? Let me take that outside, yeah?
Shalom said, how about you? How about you? I thought it.
For a moment.
Council Isaac had a vote.
Give me 1 second. Let me get to the part where the brother left off. Yeah, during his life, Selassie described himself as a devout Christian. In a 1967 interview with a Canadian interviewer, mentioned the Rastafari belief. So Selassie was in an interview with a Canadian interviewer, and this interviewer mentioned the belief. He mentioned Rastafarianism and the fact that Jamaicans were worshipping this man in the island of Jamaica. Mentioned the Rastafarian belief that he was the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. So in this interview, this Canadian interviewer, this Canadian journalist, asked Haile Selassie, what do you think about black people worshipping you as Christ? What do you think about black people thinking that you're the reincarnation of Jesus Christ? They're asking this. He responded by saying, I have heard of this idea. So he said, I've heard about this. It's crossed me before, it came to my attention. I've heard about this before. I also met certain Rastafarians. I told them clearly that I am a man, and that's what the man said. The people that our people serve, the people that the people in Jamaica worship and hold so high, he said himself that he's a man. He said it himself on national TV that he's only a man, that he ain't Christ in reincarnation, that he ain't the Most High in human flesh, that he ain't a prophet, man. What more do you need, man? That I am mortal, and that I will be replaced by the oncoming generation, that they should never make a mistake in assuming or pretending that a human being is emanated from a deity. He said it himself, man. What more do you want, man? The Bible says our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Our people in all religions, and the man who you worship, the man that you hold up in this religion, the man that you think is God in flesh, the man who you think is Jesus Christ in flesh, the man who you think is a prophet, he's saying himself that he's nothing, man. He's just a filthy Ethiopian, he's a filthy heathen, man. You know what I mean? But a man by the name of Howell started this religion. I'm going to go into him as well, man. Let me get there as well.
Kind of one concept.
No, yeah. Well, give me Leonard Howell on Wikipedia.
Rastas. Common concept. I'm looking up the founder of Rasta Fairness.
I saw the picture, but yeah, show the picture, brother, as well. Yeah, and that's the brother right there, man. You ask many Rastafarians, they tell you they hold him up in high regards. They got the name Leonard Howell, and that's the brother right there in the 1930s who first spoke about Rastafarianism. This brother allegedly had a vision and wrote many books about Selassie being the Messiah. This is where it came from. Many Rastas followers religion didn't even know where it came from. It came from a man called Leonard Howell, man. We're gonna read about him now. So that's the other one. Go to Wikipedia.
Lots of using it in Internet Explorer. Okay. When was that your slave which the browser was using?
Cool.
As I said, he was using Google Chrome. Also. Lots. Alright. In the Wikipedia, Ennard Percival Howell, born June 16, 1898, and died at the 25th of February 1981.
This man was born in the 1800s, and this man started pushing Rastafarianism in the 1930s. And guess what was big in the 1930s? Guess. In the 1930s, the Indians, East Indians, came to Jamaica. Keep that in mind. In the 1930s, the East Indians came to Jamaica in droves for work. The white man hired them because black people didn't want to work in Jamaica. So keep that in mind. Read another one.
Also known as the Gun.
And the Gun? What's the Gun? Ask any Rastafarian about the Gun. Bob Marley's son called himself Junior Gun. He got a studio called the Gun House. The Gun is short for the Gun Guru. We're gonna read that this man was fascinated with East Indian culture, man. A lot of people walk around thinking Rastafarianism all about Africa, It has nothing to do with Africa, man. It's all about the East Indians. You know how you got the Nation of Islam? The Nation of Islam took an Arabic religion and turned it black. And Rastafarian is Hinduism, is black Hinduism, man. The man's name himself is called the Gang. Read another one.
The Gang or JJ Murad.
Or Gigi Murad, another name, Gigi Murad, which stands for Gang Guru Murad, man. Murad is an East Indian surname. It's an East Indian surname. There's a rapper artist called Super Cat.
That's
And
right.
his surname is Murrah. Why? Because he's East Indian, man. This man was fascinated with East Indian culture. Read another one.
So, like I said, it's not even allowing me to get to that part now. I was saying that I've tried too many times. Kind of want that. If me add, that's why like they remind them at the comments of Top Gun and
Yeah, Top Gun and stuff. In reverence of this man right here. You know what I mean? I watch the documentaries. You know what I mean? I grew up in a Rastafarian background, man. You know what I mean? We know the history here. And this man, his name, this man is East Indian. His name is Howell. He was fascinated with East Indian culture, man. We're going to read as well. We're going to read and find, show you how this man was fascinated with East Indian culture. And this man grew up in a generation when East Indians just came to Jamaica, man. You know you were there.
Alright. Was a Jamaican religious figure. According to his biographer, Helen Lee, Howell was born in an Anglican family.
So this man was a Christian like most of us. Most of us grew up Christian, he grew up Anglican, which is another sect of Christianity, you know?
Anglican family. He was one of the first preachers of the Rastafari movement.
And this man was one of the main people to push Rastafarianism. He was one of the first people, man. Some people call him the father of Rastafarianism. A lot of people nowadays follow Rastafarianism, think it's about Bob Marley and Africa and Sizzler and Cableton. It got nothing to do with it, man. Black man, you gotta start looking at the history. This is the history of it right here. Read another one.
Along with Joseph Hibbert, Archibald Dunkley, and Robert Hines.
And those are more pioneers of the Rastafarian movement. But this man was the first Rasta, man. He's called the first Rasta. Read another one.
And is known by many as the first Rasta.
And this man is known by the first Rasta, man. This man himself who made this religion didn't have dreadlocks himself, man. But you, the black man, you want to follow him and put dreadlocks in your head. He didn't have it himself. Read another one.
Born in May, Crow River, Jamaica, Howell left the country as a youth, traveling to many places.
And this man was born in a place in Jamaica called Clarendon, which is known for East Indians, man. Keep that in mind. First and foremost, he was born in the 1930s, man. The same generation when East Indians came to Jamaica in droves. When they came to Jamaica, they brought their culture with them, man. They brought their gods with them. And they born in a place where East Indians are predominantly.
Corrupted and as well. So.
So this man was born in a parish where there's loads of East Indians. Also, he's born in the same generation when East Indians were coming over to Jamaica, bringing their gods with them, bringing their foods with them. Stuff like that one, you know?
Yeah, including Panama, New York, and returned in 1932.
So this man traveled the world, man. He went to America, Panama, you know?
He began preaching in 1933.
So this man began his ministry, man. He began to preach in 1933. This man claims that a revelation. He read a book called the Kebra in the Gas, which means the king. It means the book of kings in the Giz language. Giz language is an Ethiopian book, Ethiopian language. And he read that book. And in that book, it told him that King Solomon had sex with an Ethiopian woman, Queen of Sheba, and that King Haile Selassie, the emperor at the time, came from that line, and he was the rightful king to the throne, making him Christ, man. He read that in that book. And what does the Bible say about books, man? The making of many books has no end. You can't believe in every book, man. There's books that say Islam's right, books that say Christianity is right. Both of them can't be right. One of them can't be lying. The books that say everything, man. The books that say that black people are 2/3 of a man. The books that say that black people are inferior, man. The science books, science is considered fact in science this day that say black people come from monkeys, man. You can't believe in every book you read, man. And this man read a book, and in his book he said that the Queen of Sheba had sex with Solomon, basically saying that Haile Selassie comes from that line, making him the rightful heir to the throne, man. Couldn't be further from the truth. Slap that on me, really.
Come on, guys. Kanwan concert. In 1933, about what he considered the symbolic portent for the African diaspora, the crowning of Rastafari Makanan as Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia. His preaching asserted that Haile Selassie was the Messiah returned to the earth.
So in his preaching, this man taught that Haile Selassie was Christ on the earth again, a second time. That's what he preached about in the 1930s, man. At the time, this movement was big, was small. Christianity was bigger than it. Islam was bigger than it. But this man, this is what he believed, man. This is what he was pushing. This is going to be like the man that had a gathering that he would call the Pinnacle. And that's where he would teach his members, man. And this religion blew up over a period of time. And look now, this religion is in America. It's in parts of Europe, it's in England, all over Jamaica, it's in the islands. And this is where it comes from. Like, you didn't even know it, man. You know?
Yeah, the returned Messiah to the earth. And he published a book called The Promise Key.
And they published a book called The Promise Key, man. So I can get the last chapter of Ecclesiastes. No, you know what? Yeah. No, you know it before. I really got to keep it. I have to keep it along with it.
Right. What's that? Ecclesiastes is making new books. Alright, Ecclesiastes 12 and
almost to the end. In the whole chapter.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of the making of many books.
And he said, be admonished of the making of many books. Be aware of the making of many books. There's many books out there, man. There's books that discredit the Bible, books that say Muhammad's a prophet, books that say he's not a prophet, books that say the white man's superior, books that say we're Africans. Many books, man. And in 2017, what is there now? Many websites, man. A lot of people say, well, I read on the internet, say most of you. Well, I read this. Well, I read this. Well, such and such PhD says this. There's PhDs that say one thing. Then there's PhD professors that say another thing, man. The Bible goes, don't be admonished of the making of many, many books, man. This brother read one book, and now you must believe because he read a book. The whole world got changed now and wear dreadlocks and start believing Haile Selassie is Christ because he read a book. That's the problem with our people, man. The Bible said, be admonished, be aware, man, of the making of many books. You done?
For there is no end.
And there's no end, man. There's many books. Books that say this, books that say that. People are coming with books as we speak, man. There's loads of blogs, loads of websites, loads of YouTube channels, loads of videos that you can watch. Many things, man. The one thing, when I first came to the truth, the one thing that said Israel stands for ISIS, Ra, and L. And to an unlearned man, that sounds convincing. ISIS, Ra, and L. But that couldn't be further from the truth, man. That's a lie, it's not true. But there's many people that out there saying, there's people that are qualified PhDs that say one thing, there's another professor that says another thing. There's college professors, PhDs in Islam, and there's college professors, PhDs in Christianity, and both of them disagree, man. There's many books, there's no end, man. And black man, what we've done is read a book and made a religion out of it, man. That's the problem, so like we don't know much.
There is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh.
And much study is weariness of the flesh. It's tiring. There's never no end. You gotta read this book, then that book, then this. It's tiring, man. To be weary means to be tired. It's tiring of the flesh, man. And look now we're celebrating some Ethiopian, man. We're representing the Ethiopians having dreadlocks, smoking weed, because a man read a book, man. When the Bible says, be admonished of the making of many books, there's no end. Like we go back to where we were.
Yeah, Messiah. Yeah, he published a book called The Promise Key. Although this resulted in his being arrested, tried for sedition, and in prison for 2 years, the Rasta movement grew. So this man was in prison for this movement. At the time, Christianity was the main religion. So anyone coming against that basically was a tyrant or a bully or someone that was a troublemaker. So they locked him up for that at the time. But his religion grew, and that's what you see today.
all throughout the islands, all throughout the European. Ask anyone what Rastas, they know. Because that's how big it's become over time. What you done?
Can't say the same things, but it's not allowed us to like find the divisive kind of one concept. It's not so kind of one concept. Kind of one concept. Kind of one concept. Over the following years, Howell came into conflict with all establishment authorities in Jamaica, the planters, the trade unions, established churches, police, and colonial authorities. Howell was seen as a threat largely due to the anti-colonial message of the Rastafarians.
Yeah, so this message was, it's saying that he's against Christianity. So this message was a threat to the Christians. It's going against everything that Jamaicans believed at the time. At this time, everybody was Christian. So a man saying that, yo, you know what I mean, black empowerment, go back to Africa, this was unheard of, so it was a threat. So the police didn't like it, the government didn't like it. So they used to come and they will crash his meetings, lock him up, take him to court. You know?
Which he was perpetuating along with the sermons, promoting the idea of a positive black racial identity. Local ruling elites were uneasy with Howell's popular call for black people.
This man, his religion blew up that big, and the Christians didn't like it. All the other Christian churches didn't like it, and I saw him as a threat. You know?
The positive idea of black racial identity were uneasy with Howell's popular call for black people to take a stand.
And that's the problem, man. You can make any religion. You can make a religion called the boss religion, and black people join in the droves, man. That's how the struggle will become. This man has come out with a new religion that everyone's joining it. Everyone's gathering in. Everyone's going to meetings. It's going and going. Because black people just believe anything, man. We don't know.
Kind of one concept, and the that's something as well. So that's it. Kind of one concept. I tried the Internet Explorer and the Chrome as well. So. Kind of one concept.
Oh, what you done?
Kind of concept. Colonial authorities hoped to quell Howell's growing movement.
And that's what the government fought, to quell him, to squash. They thought they'll squash this movement. And that's what they would do. They would crash his meetings, crash his sermons. But it grew, you know?
Early, so as to snuff out support early on. As the following grew, the threat of Howell's core beliefs in the power of black people to overcome white oppression.
And that's what a lot of people think that Rastafarians are about. They think Rastafarians are some black religion, all about black people. But it has nothing to do with that, man. This man grew up in Clarendon with many East Indians, where he grew up when East Indians came to Jamaica, man. And he adopted many of their philosophies, man. Many of their ways of life, but nothing to do with black people, man. You know?
To overcome white oppression, and his movement expanded to become an international concern.
And that's what you see today, international. It's an international concern, man. Now it's in America. Now it's in all the islands, all the surrounding islands. Anywhere you go in the world, you can see a Rastafarian, man. Now they're just getting white ones, man. You see the white people with their dreads and stuff, all fraying out, putting Rasta on. You know what I mean? You got a medallion around their neck, and here's the last medallion around their neck. You know?
International concern, given his strong messages of black liberation and Pan-Africanism that resonate with blacks across the globe. He formed a town or commute called Pillar Circle in St. Catherine's Parish.
So it formed like a church or a gathering where he would teach his sermon, teach his doctrine, and he called it the Pinnacle in St. Catherine, Jamaica. We learn.
St. Catherine, that became famous as a place for Rastafari.
And that place was famous for Rastafarians. You know, you got like for the Mormons, it's what Utah, and for Islam, it's Mecca. This was St. Catherine, Jamaica, a place for the Pinnacle. That's where this man kept his meetings, man. And then more than that, no?
This movement prospered, and today the Rastafari faith exists worldwide.
See, that's what you got today. That's where it comes from, man. You think that, you know what I mean? I'm some black liberation movement and blah blah. Nothing to do with that. I'm about to get to it as well. I'm about to show you the history of this movement. Like, you know?
Unlike many Rastas, Howell never wore dreadlocks.
I see. Oh, you're talking about, you know what I mean? We need dreadlocks and all that. The man that made the religion never wore dreadlocks, man. Never in his life wore dreadlocks. Read another one.
So like I said, it's saying the same things that I've done. Kind of one concept. Kind of one concept. SHALAM, Lord and Christ. Ennard Howell died February 1981 in Kingston, Jamaica.
Alright, give me that one.
Right. The life of Howell. Howell was born on June 16, 1898 in May, Crawley village in the Bullhead Mountain of the upper district of Clarendon.
So this man was born in Clarendon, Jamaica. Keep that in mind, man. Go on YouTube for me. Okay, Indian influences on Rastafarianism. Should on YouTube. Now we're going to speak on as well. There is the influence. Yeah, top one. You the top one. Nah, I think the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, press that. Yeah, I tell it, I give you one, put see now. I think it's that one, we'll see. No? Get some more. Skip that bit. That's the first one.
First one.
Show the first one. Skip that bit. Should the guy talking? Yeah, get to the talking. Alright, start with me that shit. Some information on this.
Want to try to squeeze it?
You can try it if you want. Nah, no problem. It's you blow up, we get it, and then we see what I want. So pause that. So again, in the 1800s, that's when the East Indians came to the islands, man. Not just Jamaica, but Barbados, Trinidad, and so forth. We done. Let's play this up. Okay. So again, it says the first Indian indentured immigrants arrived in Jamaica on May 1845, and that, look what it says, to work on sugar plantations in Clarendon. And where was this man from? Clarendon, man. Born in the same generation when these East Indians came to Jamaica, man. In the same parish that the East Indians went to, this man was born in that same place, man. So why are you surprised that he didn't adopt all these Indian influences? We done? Pause that. And it says, their purpose was to replace emancipated African slaves who refused to work for their former masters. So emancipated means free slaves. So the black man in Jamaica were like, I'm not working for these slave masters. So they said, okay, cool then. What we do is we'll hire East Indians. At that time, East India was also a colony of the British Empire. That's how they could get them to work there. And they will pay them. They weren't working like you. You're a slave, you work for free. They got paid for their work. Play it again. Oh man, pause it. And it says Indian indentured servants. That's what it means. What's indentured servant? That someone gets paid to work. They were indentured servants. You was a forced servant. These are indentured servants. They get paid for it, man. Indian indentured servants also brought to Jamaica the Hindu practices of ganja, consumption for spiritual and medicinal purposes, mystical religious practice, and a vegetarian diet, man. So when you hear Rasta man talking about, well, I don't eat meat, you know, or ital, and I smoke weed, the herb, that's got nothing to do with Africa, man. It got nothing to do with the same weed grew on King Solomon's Bay. Nothing to do with that, man. This is history right here. This is from a man that grew up around East Indians in the same parish, the same time, man, and he adopted all their culture. We done. And that's the man there who invented this religion. That's the man right there, Leonard Howell. Bob Marley didn't start Rastafarianism. A lot of people think Bob Marley started it. This predates him, man. This is the man that the hardly talked about. This is the man that was born in the parish of Clarendon, grew up East Indians, man. You know, adopted a lot of it in their culture. We done?
So many of the things like spoken of Banga, because of Scotty, that's where the came from.
So again, this Rasta man telling you himself, he's saying many things are adopted from the East Indian culture. When Rastas say, what, I smoke Cali. There's an artist called Cali Buds. He said they come from the goddess Cali, the mother of death. That's where it comes from. Got nothing to do with King Solomon, nothing to do with Africa and Barberland and emancipation and Black Star Liners. It's East India, man. The same way how the black Muslims took Islam, an Arab religion, and turned it to a black movement. Rastafarianism is the same thing, man. Rastafarianism is a black Buddhism, black Hinduism, Slovakia. That's what it is. So when you hear Rasta talk about Kali weed and Kali buzz, Kali is an East Indian god, man, a god of death. Press the other one.
God is Kali from India. The whole smoking person.
Look. Howell, that's the guy who invented religion, was exposed to the daily ceremonies Indians performed to honor their gods. So he saw it. He grew up in Clarendon, grew up in the same time they migrated, and he saw them smoking weed. He saw them living a strict vegan diet. Remember back in the day when Indians used to go to McDonald's? What did they always order? A veggie burger. Yeah, they eat vegetables. Some eat meat, but some don't. Some eat strictly vegetables. An East Indian man snapped me one time. I was like, why are you eating meat for? You're so selfish. You know what I mean? How are you going to kill a harmless animal? That's what they eat. It got nothing to do with taking care of the body and the herb and the ital. Nothing to do with that, man. They just restore another man's culture. When the Bible says, learn not to wear the heathen, man.
Right.
You know? So I propose that. It says, Howell was exposed to the daily ceremonies of Indians performed to honor their gods, drinking bang, ganja, elixir, chanting, jar, or Kali man. So when the Rastas are banging and chanting, that comes from East Indians also. This whole religion comes from East Indian. Is anything of it black? Is any of it even African? No. I furthermore, black, you ain't African, man. But none of this religion is even African. It's all East Indian, man. Press the other one. For the use of ganja or marijuana for spiritual and medicinal purposes have influenced not just members of Rastafari, but Jamaicans in the countryside who reside alongside Indians, man. So the Jamaicans that chill with Indians or live next to Indians, they adopted that culture also. The word ganja itself is a Hindu word, man. It's an East Indian word. What's the name of the biggest river in India? The river Ganges, Ganges. It's the same thing, man. It derives from the same word. It's not an African word. It's not a Hebrew word. It's all East Indian, man. It's like, that's what else. It's saying how England used to supply Jamaica ganja at one time. It says ironic that now they cancelled it. But look at that, man. That's a black brother right there. Looks like an East Indian, man. The poor smeller one. After learning about the Hindu god incarnates Rama, Krishna, and Buddha, Howell was convinced that every nation had their own god. And this is another forefather of the Rastafari belief, man. Look, he got his head backed up like a Hindu, man. Got dreadlocks like a Hindu, like an East Indian, you know? And that's the man that they follow, man. That's the man that they follow.
Every from whom around is instantly
For that. You know what the brother said? He said his nickname, Gang Mirage, was an Indian name. This man is clearly fascinated with Indian culture. He didn't change it to no African name. He didn't change it to no Ethiopian name. He gave himself a nickname, Gang Guru Mirage, man. Which means a guru is like an East Indian witch doctor. Or an East Indian herbalist, a guru, you know?
Traditions are Indian traditions that were adopted brought over into Rastafari.
Even the bro said it again, these are Indian influence, is it Indian influence religion? All these influences, all of them are all East Indian, man, you know?
They have been modified to know.
For that. And it said Robert Lester Marley, Bob Marley the Devil. The face of reggae, how the nickname Tough Gun was inspired by Leonard Howell, who was called the Gun. And where did he get that nickname Gun from? From East Indian, man. The Gun is short for Gun Guru, man. And even calls out Gigi Mirage. Bro, it's clearly fascinating with their culture, man. It's like today we got that miss talking about Arpnars and cars. You know what I mean? The same thing. The brother just fascinated with their culture. And all the whole religion is influenced on another man's culture, man. Not even the African culture, we like. Yeah, that's another one, man. Again, more that. I said Gang, which is short. It says Gang is abbreviation, which means short word, like, you know, Khan is an abbreviation for cannot and so forth. Gang is an abbreviation of Gang Guru, which in the Hindu means great king or king of kings. He was known to use a signature G.G. Mara, an Indian name, as he did in his first published book, circulated amongst the early members of Rastafari, man. Just say more. That's an issue right there. And if you bring this to any Rasta, you bring this to Movado, man, or any of these Rastas, they tell you lying. You bring this to what's the respect? Rastas all talking about, yeah, because I don't hear about Haile Selassie, man. Haile Selassie weren't a Rastafarian. Haile Selassie was a Christian himself, man. This is an East Indian culture right here, man. It's not the other one.
And that's heavy because East Indians look like, for example, Gandhi, you know what I mean? He's a famous man, you know what I mean, fly his protest, and he hated black people. If you read his biography, he said that we're nothing, we're worthless, we're sex animals, and like he looked down on us, and he followed that religion. So you know, he didn't like us. So for us to be taking their culture like is great, and the people of the culture don't even like people.
Exactly, Gandhi hated black people. You better read his books, man. He said black people were inferior. Hated dark skin. He didn't hate black people. He hated dark skinned people, man. He hated the Hamites also. Anyone who dark skin, he hated them, man. So like
that's heavy, like, cause with the whole thing begun, he also like helped out South Africa, but it wasn't the Africans, it was the East Indians that lived in Africa. Cause you got East Indians in like the Congo, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and he didn't help everybody. He only helped his people that lived in like South Africa.
There you go. That's the first better one.
Tafari is not known. So when they are copied, some are modified and adopted.
All that.
And modified.
So the roots of it, the foundation, it said most of it's copied, most of it's adapted, most of it's influenced. It got nothing to do with Africa, man. You're talking about Haile Selassie, Ethiopia, and the Promised Land. It has nothing to do with that at all, man. Not whatsoever. Anyways, I can drop that into the scriptures, man. Give me Galatians 4:26.
Alright. The book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse 26.
No, I won.
Galatians 4 and 26. But Jerusalem.
But what?
But Jerusalem.
But Jerusalem, not Ethiopia, not Mecca. Give me some more places to say you come from. Not Ethiopia, not Mecca, not the Congo, not Egypt. I'm sick of that shit, man. Not Egypt, not Kemet. You know what I mean? But Jerusalem, man, didn't say Ethiopia, didn't say England, didn't say America, didn't say Kemet, didn't say Egypt, said Jerusalem, you know?
Which is above, is free, which is the other of us all.
And Jerusalem is the mother of us all. That's our motherland, man. So all the Rastas are talking about Ethiopia, and we gotta go back to Ethiopia. The Bible says Jerusalem is our motherland. Paul is speaking to black men, Hispanic man, native Indian men, and he said Jerusalem is the mother of us all, man. This ain't no universal concept. Paul was speaking to a people that was a part of the school, and those brothers in that school said Jerusalem is the mother of us all, not Ethiopia, man, not Mecca, not Egypt, not Nigeria. Jerusalem, that's where you come from. That's where your foreparents come from. That's the land where the Lord said you come from, man. That's the other one.
I say that's heavy because Rastas talk about Ethiopia, but then like the Israelites, like, you know what I mean, that's two different land masses. Abyssinia, which is like a lake in Ethiopia, like that don't make sense.
They're lost. Remember, they're taking their culture from the East Indians, so they got clue. They don't know the African East Indians. They got clue for the slightest. But the Bible says Ethiopia ain't the homeland of that, man. You got many black people today that go back to Ethiopia. There's a place in Ethiopia called Sheshamani where many Rastas in Jamaica go live there, man. Go live there and they feel proud. Like, yeah, I'm back home, you know, set up now, man. They got their own doctors, own lawyers there. But meanwhile, the ghetto in England is a mess. Why don't you fix your own people in Jamaica, man? Why don't you fix up Kingston? Why don't you fix up Brixton and Bronx and Brooklyn? Why are you going to another man's land and fixing that out, man? Again, Shishimani and Wikipedia. No, that line, yes, something. It's SCSH. It's mine. No, SHS. SHE. Again, Mon. Yes.
Sheshamani.
Ethiopia.
Right, out of Wikipedia, Sheshamani is a town and separate Warida In the west, Arti Zone, Oromia region, Ethiopia.
So Sheshamani is a town in Ethiopia. How come every time we meet African, they give us a plot of the crappiest land in that country and say, here, take this. It's the same in Libya, same in Liberia, same in
Ghana or something.
what's our one as well? In Israel as well. They all give us crap land. Same in Ethiopia. Our people think that we're from Ethiopia, we want to go back. Only because Haile Selassie is from Ethiopia and they give you the crappiest land in there, black man. We don't know one.
The town lies on the Trans-African Highway 4, Cairo, Cape Town.
Skip it down some way, it shows you that. Just the way the rest as well. Yeah, let's move through.
Right. Section 3, Rastafari. In 1948, Emperor Haile Selassie donated 500 acres of his private land to allow members of the Rastafari movement, Ethiopian World Federation, EWF.
So Haile Selassie donated some money to this land where Rastas can come and live. And you have many Rastas that go in today saying, yeah, I left Babylon, you know, I'm safe now, I'm free, I'm home now, man. You know what I mean? The TV program where all these Rastas went to Ethiopia and threw their passport in the water, on the beach, and then give it a week later, they're looking for the same passports. Like, when the flies started to kick in, that smell started to kick, they might be looking for their passport again, man. You see me?
Officers and members and other settlers from Jamaica and from other parts of the Caribbean.
So settlers from Jamaica and the Caribbean, so members from Trinidad, Tobago, people from Antigua, you know what I mean, St. Martin, all the islands, members, settlers, people come there from their countries, black men, Rastafarians, man, go to Ethiopia thinking that Ethiopia is the motherland, thinking Ethiopia is the homeland. Settlers is someone that comes from one land to live in another land, and people leave Jamaica all the time, leave England all the time to go to this town in Ethiopia, man. And it's not the motherland, you know?
To go to Africa, the return would be under the auspices of the EWF, founded in 1937 by the Emperor's Special Emissary to Black America, Meliku Bayan.
The point is, many Jamaicans go over here and build a house there, try to live there. Meanwhile, try to marry an Ethiopian woman. And I'm hearing that over there, the Ethiopian women don't like the Rastaman out there, man. You know, the Rastaman speak so high of Ethiopians, the Ethiopian women. The Ethiopian women don't like black men, don't even like you, man. When the Rastas go to Shamali, guess who they marry? They marry other black people, man. So why do you hold them in high regard? They don't even like you, man. And when the joke, you talk about Rastafarianism and you worship Haile Selassie, when Ethiopians themselves, they don't even look up to Haile Selassie, they don't even like him. They don't even like him. To them, it's some regular king, some man who was king in the 1930s. Meanwhile, you who ain't Ethiopian, look up to him, regard him as someone big and great. When he was king. And also, the Ethiopians, they ain't even Rastafarians, they're Catholics, man. The majority of them are Catholics. So why would you be the fool, man? You're the fool saying, because Ethiopian, Haile Selassie, and Rastafarian. And the people in Ethiopia, they're not even Rasta, man. Majority of them are Christian, are Catholic to be precise. It's not the other one.
I was saying that's heavy, like, you know what I mean? You used to go over there, the Catholic religion is the religion over there. They got the shrines of, like, you know what I mean, the Mother Mary, you know that.
God,
everywhere, and even Haile Selassie, he was a Greek Orthodox Christian. So, what I mean?
that's what I'm saying, black man. You know what I mean? The Bible's really straight for lack of knowledge, man. The people you love so much, Ethiopian woman that you want to lay down so much, she ain't even Rastafarian. They don't even respect Rastafarianism as a big movement, man. They're predominantly Muslim. No, sorry, they're predominantly Catholic. Then the next batch is Muslim. I've yet to see an Ethiopian Rasta in my life. Have you ever seen one? I didn't see one in my life. But I've seen black Rastas, Jamaican ones, Trinidadian ones, Bajan ones, British born ones. But the people of religion, they're not even Rasta themselves, man. So like, anyway, go back to Galatians 4:26.
Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem which is above.
And Jerusalem didn't say Sheshamani, didn't say Ethiopia, it's Jerusalem, man. We done?
Which is above is Tafari, which is the other of us all.
That's the mother of all blacks and Hispanics and native Indian men. That's the motherland of all blacks and Hispanic men and native Indian men. That's where you come from, not Ethiopia, not Africa, not Egypt, not Mecca. That's the motherland, man. Drop that. Give me Zephaniah 2:12. I don't even know.
Not yet. The book of Zephaniah 2 and the 12th verse.
No, what's it called? Swedish. No, the other one. Something like
I see. They have it. Zephaniah 2 and 12. Ye Ethiopians.
And this is what God thinks about the Ethiopians. Rastas love them, look up to them, want to marry their women. You know what I mean? Want to fly out to their country, say that Haile Selassie is a big emperor and blah blah blah. Love them so much. Want to migrate. Want to go to Ethiopia for the passport in the water. But this is what God thinks about the Ethiopians, man. We are.
Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
And Ethiopians are going to get killed by the Most High, man. The Most High said, you shall be slain by my sword. This chapter talking about payback for the nation that killed us, man. And the Ethiopians, they're going to get theirs too, man. The white man's going to get put in slavery, and the Ethiopian also, man. The Ethiopian are also going in slavery. They're also going to be killed by the Most High, man. God don't love the Ethiopians. God don't love Haile Selassie. God don't want you to go to know Ethiopia, Sheshamali, and set up some town there. The Lord don't like the Ethiopians, against them, man. The Lord don't like any nation that ain't black or Hispanic, man. You feel me? Read it one more time.
Zephaniah 2 and 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
That's what God thinks about the Ethiopians, man. They're going to be slain by the sword. They had us in slavery also, man. Read about the Babylonians. Read about the Babylonians, man. That's the Ethiopians. Give me Revelation 1 and 7.
If I may add, even in that Iraq region, people say Indo-Kush, which means that they're Indians. I like Ethiopians there at one point in time. Indo-Kush. Go on, Revelation 1:7.
Come on.
Revelations, the first chapter and the 7th verse. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
And this talking about Christ. Said, behold means to look. If you behold something, you look on something. Saying, behold, Christ comes with clouds, man. This ain't talking about the fluffy clouds you see in the sky. It's talking about chariots. If you read the book of Ezekiel, it talks about a wheel within a wheel, man. And these clouds are what man calls UFOs. But the I.S.U.P.K, we call it IFOs, man. You know, we know what they are. And it said, Christ comes with clouds. When you go to war, you come with many chariots, man. Horses, weapons. And guess what, black man? Your king's coming the same way, man. He's coming with an army, he's coming with troops, coming with angels, coming with clouds, man. Coming with chariots, you know?
And every eye shall see him.
And Christ is coming, and every eye shall see him, man. So if Haile Selassie is the second coming of Christ, I've never saw Haile Selassie coming on UFO, man. Haile Selassie ain't getting black people out of chains, man. He ain't getting black people out of slavery. He ain't fighting the Edomite powers. So how is he the second coming of Christ? I'm reading the Bible. The Bible describes the second coming of Christ, man. So Christ will come with his chariots. Meaning Christ will come with an army, man. Christ will come with millions of angels to put down the white man. So how is Haile Selassie the second coming of Christ? How is he? When Haile Selassie, he didn't come on no clouds. Haile Selassie couldn't even fight the Italians, man. He couldn't even fight Mussolini. Haile Selassie had to run to England, man. Had to run to England and ask them for help. Haile Selassie went house arrest, man. You know what I mean? They found the man dead in the war. They found him dead in the war. He never came with no clouds, man. How is he the second coming of Christ? Read that one more time, man.
Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
And the Bible said, every eye shall see him, man. So how come I ain't seen him? You know what I mean? My great-grand was born in the 1300s, man. So that's not 30, man. It's a lot. 1930s, man. She didn't see him. You know what? Haile Selassie ain't the second coming of Christ, man. It's not the second coming of Christ. Give me Judges 16 and 13.
Right, Judges 16 and 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the locks on my head with the web.
So Samson had locks. He's saying here I got 7 locks, and if you weave my locks with a web, I'll lose my strength. He's saying that. And that's the weakness and say, yeah, that's where we get dreadlocks from. That's why we wear dreadlocks. But what you don't understand is, if you look at this word in Hebrew, it don't mean dreadlocks, man. It don't mean what you see Rastas doing. This word here means braids. Like, words change over time. Like, gay today means homosexual. Gay in Old English means happy. You know what I mean? Locks in the Bible means braids. Today, in modern society, locks mean dreadlocks. A virgin in ancient times, or when this Bible was translated, meant a woman of young age. Today, a virgin is a woman that don't have sex. Words change. You can't read a 611 book with modern terms, man. Get rid of the blue letter. You know what I mean? That word don't mean dreadlocks. You get Rastas say, yeah, well, Samson had locks. And you see the pictures of a man breaking a building with dreadlocks on. Samson didn't have no dreadlocks, man. We're going to find out what Samson had. We're going to go into that word locks in the Hebrew and show you what Samson had, man. 16 and 17, I believe it is. No, 13.
Yeah, Judges 16, 13.
No, yeah? Give me first that, you know. You'll pop up with the numbers, isn't it? Alright, and this is the word for locks. Give me the Hebrew. The word is a bit more. Consonants. Pop up a bit more. The word is makalapa. That's the word for locks. You know, if you read the Bible in Hebrew, you wouldn't see locks there. You see the word makapala, and this is what it means. The definition.
Alright, definition. It means a braid.
That's what locks means. Locks means a braid. It's a braid like what you see black man wear today. It's a black man's book, man. This book's written in slang. You know, when black men have braids today, Samson himself had braids. He didn't have no dreadlocks, man. A lock, if you got a lock, you can lock it and unlock it. Dreadlocks you can't unlock. Now, braids you can. Braids you can lock them and unlock them, wash your hair, and then lock it again. That's what Samson had. We done?
Braid, lock, plait.
Or plait, which is the same thing. That's what black men have today. Why? Because we are the people of this Bible. We didn't have no dreadlocks, man. That's a heathenistic East Indian culture, man. It's not our culture. It's not nothing we do, man. We had braids. Our people were clean people, man. You better read the book of Numbers, the book of Leviticus, how the priest would wash himself from head to toe, change his clothes. If he touched anything unclean, he has to wash again. The priest will wash his clothes and himself before he offers any sacrifice to the people, man. Our priest would never have no dreadlocks, man. Our people in Israel at the time would never have no dreadlocks. They're unclean, man. You know what I mean? The priest will wash before he even give a sacrifice to somebody else. And Samson had braids in his hair, not dreadlocks, man. Read that one more time. Judges 16.
Judges 16 and 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me.
So this is going to Delilah trying to set up Samson. She wants to know his weakness. So he told her a lie already. She wanted to know his weakness. He told her a lie what his weakness was. And she said, oh, you're mocking me, man. You're making fun of me. That's his weakness, man. You know that?
And told me lies.
Because she wanted to know what Samson's weakness was. And he lied to her. He said, my weakness is if you put a web in my hair, but he wasn't. His weakness was if you cut his hair. But he didn't want her to know that. So she's like, listen, man, you're mocking me. If you love me, you tell me the truth, you know?
Tell me wherewith thou mayest be bound.
She said, tell me how I can bound you. Tell me the secret to your power, man. To be bound means to be tied down. Tell me a way we can bind you. What is the secret to your strength, man? We done?
And he said unto her, if thou weavest thee 7 locks.
7 locks. Samson has 7 locks and 7 braids, man. There's 7 braids in his head. That's why he had that 7 dreadlocks, man. Give me a picture of the East Indian Buddhists with the dreadlocks and so forth. Actually, no, give me Shiva. Type in Shiva, actually. We should see Italian. This is where dreadlocks come from, man. It don't come from the Bible. It don't come from Samson, man. Samson had braids, just read that, had braids, like all black men have. Like men the I.S.U.P.K have, we have braids. You don't have no dreadlocks, man. Give me picture before I say it, man. Go on, read that for me.
Right, in the Wikipedia, Shiva is one of the principal deities of Hinduism.
Again, the creator of Rastafarianism, he was fascinated with East Indians. Hinduism, this is another East Indian god, you know?
He is the supreme being within Shaivism.
And that's what they believe, that Shiva is the supreme being, you know?
One of the major traditions within contemporary Hinduism, Shiva is the destroyer of evil and the transformer within the tributary, the Hindu trinity that includes Brahma and Vishnu. In the Shaivism tradition, Shiva is the supreme being who creates, protects, and transforms the universe. In the goddess tradition of Hinduism called Shaktism.
Alright, come out of that. You should see it in there. I can't find it. Let me get there. Alright, well, give me, type in, go back, type in Shiva at dreadlocks. She'll pop on there. Yeah,
This is Sunday, dreadlocks.
yeah, one. Put it for me. I remember I found it one time.
Alright, Wikipedia, dreadlocks. Dreadlocks, also locks, dreads, or in Sanskrit, jata, are rope-like strands of hair formed by matting or braiding hair. Dreadlocks can also be formed through a technique called twist and rip, also well as backcombing and rolling, while leaving hair to its own devices, foregoing brushing, combing, or cutting the hair, also known as neglect, technique, and free forming.
From the Shiva, Shiva. Get the picture of Shiva anyway, and the dreadlocks. No, it should be actually.
It's in Buddhism. Is that right here? These 2 sadhu holy hands.
Yeah, go up. And look, that's where dreadlocks come from. Look at these heathens, man. In India, naked. That's their gurus, that's their gun gurus, which Leonard Powell, you know, nicknamed himself. That's where he got it from. Today you think it's a Rasta culture. It's not. East India started that, man. To come to the honor of their god Shiva. When the Bible says, learn not the way the heathen, give me that Jeremiah 10.
The book of Jeremiah 10:1. Hear this word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
And the Lord speaks to black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people, not speaking to the Christian, not speaking to the Islam, the Muslim, the Pentecostal. He's speaking to the black people, man. So hear the word, listen to this word, which the Lord speaks to you, O house of Israel, man. We done?
Thus saith the Lord.
And this is what the Lord saying. Thus saith the Lord means, this is what the Lord saying. We done?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
And the Bible don't learn the way of the heathen, man. Having dreadlocks is the way of the heathen. Rastafarianism is the way of the heathen. What's a heathen? A heathen is someone who ain't black or Hispanic or Native Indian, someone who ain't of our family, someone outside of the 12 tribes, someone who ain't from the tribe of Reuben or Judah, someone who ain't a part of our family. Those, the Most High don't learn their ways, man. Don't learn about Christmas, that's the word of the heathen. Don't smoke ganja, that's their custom. Don't have dreadlocks, that's their custom. The Lord said, learn not the word of the heathen. Read that again now.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
And God said, don't learn the word of the heathen. Don't learn their ways. What's wrong now? In Jamaica, black people are learning the ways of the heathen every day, man. You know what I mean? Black people are coming Rastas like crazy. It's spread now. All over the islands, people are learning the ways of the heathen. People want dreads. People want to smoke ganja. People are going that vegan diet, like just like the Hindu. You know what I mean? It's like that one.
Now I'll say that's heavy because in Jamaica, ganja is like an epidemic. Like everyone smokes almost always.
Yeah, in England, like to get a bit of weed is kind of expensive. In Jamaica, you get a bag of it, man. Like a bunch of it. What you say in Jamaica? You saw your cousin that the black bag full of weed.
Yeah, black bag
for cheap.
Easily, yeah.
That I'm saying in Jamaica they boil weed and make tea out of it. In England you can't do that, man. When you're getting for a 10, that ain't gonna work. You get me? But again, we learn the girl out of the heathen. Get me the weed smoking as well with the East Indians. But the East Indians they'll get weed or what Jamaica called ganja and put it in a pipe like this, like a ramshorn and smoke it, man. And that's where it come from. Today, you know, today you put it in a blunt, you put it in a Rizla, but originally it came up in a horn, and that's where it came from, man. It got nothing to do with going on Solomon's grave, nothing to do with spiritual upliftment. What the East Indians did to their gods, man. Can you see it?
Is it video?
As you can see there, the heathen that with weed in his hand, and this is where it comes from. Black people think that this is our culture. Ain't our culture. We have a holy culture, man. Our culture is to stay away from weed. Our culture is to not have dreadlocks, to not worship no other god, man. That's our culture. Sleep early, was it, yeah? And that's where it comes from. Look at smoking the pipe, man. That's where it comes from. Rastas is African and it makes you white. There's nothing to do with that, man. Do some history, open a book, man. The founder of religion, it had nothing to do with Africa. It was all East Indian culture. Any man in Father's temple. It's 1323, I think. 316 now, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High?
Paul saying, know ye not, mean, don't you know that you are the temple of the Most High, man? You done?
And that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you.
And the Spirit of the Most High dwells. What's the Spirit of the Most High? In your shop.
Oh, it's the Bible of the Most High.
Yeah, the Bible of the Most High. The Bible, like, when someone got a Christmas hat on, you know what I mean, they dress up as Santa Claus, people say, yo, he got the Christmas spirit. You know what I mean? When someone's a Chelsea fan, and they got the Chelsea blue in it, they got the blue t-shirt on, you know what I mean? They love the Chelsea game, they got the flags in their house, they got the walls plastered in Chelsea newspapers of every time Chelsea won. They say, yo, he got the Chelsea spirit. And when a man calls the Most High, when a man eats, sleeps, and drinks his Bible, man, all he does is think about the Bible, all he does is keep the commandments, he has the Spirit of the Most High, and the Spirit dwells in us, man. It dwells in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know?
If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy.
And if you defile that temple by smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, taking drugs, the Most High will destroy you, man. Why do you think people that smoke weed have memory loss? Why do you think people that smoke weed are paranoid? Because the Lord's destroying you, man. He's showing you that he's not with ganja smoking. He's showing you that he's not for this, man. The Lord showing you this. Why do you think people that sleep around the AIDS? That's the Lord giving you a signal saying, listen, I don't want you doing this. Why do you think people that shave their beards get bumps and so forth? It's the Lord saying that I'm not with this, man. You know what I mean? The Lord giving you a hint. The Lord saying, if any man defiles the temple, the Lord will destroy you, man. And then when you defile your temple by smoking weed, you get memory loss, you get paranoia, you get lung cancer. When you defile your temple by sleeping around, you get AIDS, man. You get gonorrhea, you get chlamydia. When you defile your temple by taking drugs, sharing needles, you will get AIDS. Lord make sure you get AIDS and get HIV. The Lord said, if you defile your temple, the Lord will destroy you, man. Read that one more time to everyone.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. And you just defile your temple, everything you smoke, man. On the box of cigarettes, it tells you. He said, listen, this causes cancer. There's a man that was smoking weed here, and had to amputate his legs. So as the interviewing him here, interviewing the man saying, yo, so how does it feel to me? Let's chapter. While the man's getting interviewed, he's smoking again. You know what I mean? So it's like people don't learn. It's like a something. I think that's heavy because you know what I mean, like a lot of us as blacks and Spaniards, we believe bodies ours and we can do what we want, but you can't. Your body is the temple of the Most High, so you ain't got no choice, you know what I mean? You can't be having no weed and you know what I mean, doing things that the Lord hates.
Again, exactly what the brother said, which is true. We believe our body is ours. It's not ours, man. It's not ours. We gotta wear what the Lord tells us to wear. If you're a black man, you can't put on a dress. Your body ain't yours, man. The Lord tells you how to dress. If you're a black man, your body ain't yours. You can't smoke. You can't have tattoos. Your body ain't yours. Your body belongs to the Most High. The Lord tells you what to put on, man. The Lord tells you how to dress. The Lord tells you can't have tattoos. You can't get no shape up, man. The Bible said your body is the body of the Most High, man. Your temple belongs to the Most High. It don't belong to you. The white man tells you it's your body. I can get tattoos. Well, it's just body art. You know what I mean? It's my body. I want to express myself. You know what I mean? This tattoo symbolizes me, man. What do you call it? It also
personifies me.
Yeah, it personifies me. The Lord don't care about that, man. You can't get no tattoo, man. You can't get no shape up. You can't smoke, man. I don't care if it calms your nerves down. You can't do it, man. Because your body don't belong to you. It belongs to the Most High. I don't care if you believe you're a woman trapped in a man's body. You can't put on no dress. Because the Bible said a man can't do that. You get me? So I'll read another one. You guys give me 1 Kings 10. Since they say that Solomon had sex with Queen of Sheba. Let's see that's in the Bible, man. 1 Kings 10.
Alright, 1 Kings 10:1. And when the queen of Sheba heard the fame of Solomon.
So the Queen of Sheba did meet Solomon. The Kebra and Gas said that the Queen of Sheba met Solomon and had sex with him and had a child. And that child is this filthy Ethiopian, Haile Selassie. But the Queen of Sheba did meet Solomon. That's true. She did meet him. Read that again.
And when the queen of Sheba heard the fame of Solomon.
And this woman, Solomon was so famous. This woman all the way in Ethiopia heard about Solomon. She heard about the fame of Solomon, how wise he was, how rich he was, how in order his people was, how in order his servants was. She heard about it, it was famous. Just like today, people hear about the fame of Donald Trump, how great his country is, how rich his country is, how mighty his military is. People hear about England and Theresa May, how great the country is, how mighty, how rich it is. Same way, this queen heard about how good Solomon was, how wise he was, how, you know what I mean, how prosperous he was, how great his land was. We done?
Concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions.
And she heard about how wise this king was. He was Solomon, son of David, another black man. Black man, this is your book, man. We read this book thinking it's white people. We think white people wise. A black man was wise here. This queen comes to see she comes to see this black man was really smart, as she heard. That's you, black man. You were so smart at one time that a queen from Ethiopia to come and prove you to see, yo, I want to see if he's really that smart. She came to prove Solomon, came to test him, came to see, I heard about this man's wife. You know what? Let me go see if he's really wise. She came to go prove him, test him, you know?
Verse 2, and she came to Jerusalem with a very great train.
And she came in a train. You know, a train ain't what a train is today. Today a train is a choo-choo train and so forth, you know what I mean? Back then the train was like a long line of camels. Because camels can go long distance, so you have one camel that will probably carry the queen, another one with a luggage on, another one with some more luggage, another one with some gifts, another one for a service luggage, a train. You run in a straight line, are we done?
With camels that bear ices.
And on these camels, there are spices on there, you know?
And very much gold.
And gold on there as well, you know?
And precious stones.
And precious stones, that's what, rubies, diamonds, gems, you know?
And when she came to Solomon, she communed with him.
So when she met Solomon, she communed with him, meaning had a discourse, back and forth, talk. Hey, that's where communication from, you know what I mean? She communed with him, she came to prove him, to see if he was really up to scratch. And now she communed with him, having a talk with him, having a discourse with him, you know?
Of all that was in her heart.
And she spoke to him about anything that was in her mind, anything that she thought of. She spoke to him about it, you know?
And Solomon told her all her questions.
And Solomon answered all her questions. She came to him with hard questions to prove him, to see if he was really that wise. And Solomon answered all of them. Every question she asked Solomon, he answered them. Any question she gave Solomon, any curveball questions, he answered all of them, you know?
There was not anything hid from the king which he told her not.
And Solomon told her everything. Everything she asked him, he told her. He broke it down to her, gave her knowledge, you know?
And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom and the house that he had built.
So she saw all his wisdom, how wise he was. She saw the temple that he built. The temple ain't one building, like many people think. The temple is like a college campus. A college campus has the auditorium. It has the cafeteria, has many different buildings in a big building, and that was like the temple, same like temple. The temple had the holies of holies, had a place where you did the sacrifices, the place where the priests would dwell. Solomon showed her all that, man, you know?
Verse 5, and the meat of his table and the sitting of his servants.
So he showed her his table and how his servants would sit at the table, how they would sit in order. He showed her the sitting of his servants, how his servants would sit, and how they would prepare food and so forth, you know?
And the attendance of his ministers and their apparel.
So his ministers are the people that serve him. Like ministers today is what? A preacher. Your real definition of a minister is someone that serves you, man. You know, when your pastor's supposed to serve you, that's why it's called a minister. But today you serve the servant. When your pastor's supposed to serve you. She saw Solomon's servants, man. You done?
And his cupbearers.
The ministers.
And the attendants of his ministers and their apparel.
So she saw the Solomon's servants and their apparel. She was amazed, like, wow, even the servants were good. You know what I mean? Usually servant is got shabby clothes on, you know what I mean? Even the servants are good. Imagine you're the servant and even you're looking good. So that means the king must look great. She saw that, she saw the temple. Solomon had her mind spinning, answered all of her questions. Solomon in good apparel. She saw how his servants sat at the table. She saw how his servants are dressed good, you know?
And his cupbearers, and his ascent by which he went up to the house of the Lord.
You know?
There was no more spirit in her.
So when she saw that there was no more spirit in her, have you heard people say like, I'm breathless? Or you took my breath away. There was no spirit. She saw that, she's like, whoa, that I was living. So yeah, the Queen of Sheba did see Solomon. So far, I ain't read having sex with Sheba yet. Have you read that yet? So far it's given her knowledge. So far she's seen his cupbearers, she's seen his ministers, he showed her the house of the Lord. As of yet, Solomon ain't had sex with this woman, ain't given no child. Have you done?
And she said to the king, it is a true report.
Says a true report. What I heard in my land is true. So I've heard that you're wise, and you know what? I've come to see for myself as a true report. It's true. I saw it. You done?
That I heard in mine own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom.
She said, that what I heard in my own land about your acts, your actions, the things you get up to, the things you do is true, man. All that what I heard in my land I came here and I saw it for myself. It's true. You are wise, man. You know?
Howbeit, I believe not the words until I came.
But said, nevertheless, I didn't believe it until I saw it for myself. I had to come here and see your cupbearer. I had to come here and see your servants. I had to come here and see your ministers. I didn't believe it until I saw it for myself, you know?
And my eyes had seen it, and behold, the half was not told me.
And she goes, you know what? I was taught in my own land that you're wise, you're great, and you know what? That wasn't even half. When I saw it for myself, there's more. You know what I mean? You're more great, you're more wise, you know?
Thy wisdom and prosperity exceedeth the fame which I heard.
It goes, your wisdom and your prosperity. Prosperity what? The prosperity comes from the word prosper, like the prosperity doctrine. So prosperity is stuff that you consider as gold, as gain, as wealth. He's saying your prosperity and your wisdom is greater than that what I heard. So in my land, I was like, what? He can't be that rich, he can't be that smart. But guess what? He's wiser than that. I thought he was wise, I had to come check it myself. But you're wiser than that, than what I heard in my own land. So far, no final sex, no final Solomon giving her a baby. You know what I mean? You know?
Happy are thy men, happy are thy servants.
And so it's peace in your life, the servants are happy, no one's complaining, everyone's nice, the men are cool, you know what I mean? They ain't complaining, the servants are happy, your land's happy, you know?
Which stand before thee, and that hear thy wisdom. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighteth in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel, because the Lord loved Israel forever.
And the Lord loved Israel forever. Even the heathen know, man. The heathen said the Lord loved Israel forever, man. So black, what are you doing? It's from Rastafarianism religion, loving Ethiopians. What are you doing migrating, helping Ethiopians? What are you doing following East Indians? When the Ethiopian woman herself said that the Lord loved Israel forever, man. And Israel are black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They're not Ethiopians. They're not Cushites. They're not East Indians. And it takes an Ethiopian woman herself knew this, man. So black, why don't you know this? Why are you following them? You're following them like they're something. They're nothing, man. They're nothing. They're smoking weed, man. They got dirty dreads on their head, man. Look, listen, naked. You're greater than them, and you look up to them like that. You look up to them like they're something. You're following their culture like they're something. But black, you're greater than them, man. You're greater than the East Indians. You're greater than the Ethiopians, man. You know?
Therefore made he thee king to do judgment and justice, and she gave the king 120 talents of gold.
And she gave him a gift. Talents what? Tell him talents of a weight. Like you give someone like a pound of wheat or a pound of oats. She gave him how many talents?
120 talents of gold.
Give him 120 talents of gold as a gift from one king to another ruler.
And of spices, very great store, and precious stones.
And she gave him spices also. These things were valuable at one time. Nowadays spices ain't so valuable. But these things were valuable at one time. And she gave him precious stones as well. Gave him gems, rubies, diamonds, you know?
And precious stones, there came no more such abundance of spices as these, which the queen gave to King Solomon.
You know?
And the navy also of Hiram, that brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir great plenty of almond trees and precious stones. And the king made all the almond trees pillars for the house of the Lord, for the king's house, harps also and psalteries.
Verse 13.
Verse 13. And King Solomon gave unto the queen of Sheba all her desire.
And anything she wanted, he gave to her. Anything she wanted, King Solomon gave her wisdom, gave her knowledge, gave her gifts. You know?
Whatsoever she asked, besides that which Solomon gave her of his royal bounty, so she turned and went to her own country.
And that's the end of it right there. She turned and went to her own country. He gave her wisdom. She gave him jewels, gave him gold and so forth. And she went back to her own country. Nowhere did it say had sex with her. Nowhere did it say he had a baby with her. Nowhere in the Bible. So they kept it, that's the lie, man. Like any other book. It's like the other one.
If I may add, for those that haven't read it before, it's got every religious history in there. In the kept in the gas, it's got bits of the Quran in there. So they took everyone's history and just put it into a book.
Yeah, and then if you read the blurb on the back, it says that the book it's not official. It's just Ethiopian folklore. You know what I mean? So it's not even scholars said that. It's no historical backing. It's Ethiopian folklore. It's not even true. But with that, I'll hand it over to priest and prophet for Russia.
Nobody tell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works up.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, boy, this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword.